Break through a world where big data beats your worries. A world that gives you priority when innovations come. This is the GigaLife on Smart Signature. Simplified by the Philippines' fastest mobile data network. The choice is simple. Move up to Smart Signature and make your mark. How do I know it's meant to be? Simple, smart, ako.
Here's your weekly Sansar Baguio Newsbits. A look at this week's headlines.
Baguio tourist capacity set. City government pushes Burnham parking. Increase in dental treatment seen. Isolation facility pushed before tourism opening. Benguet Molecular Lab operation starts October. And in sports, local boxers get aid.
And for the details. A 200 tourists per day capacity is being studied for the opening of Baguio City visitors. Alec Mapalo, City Tourism Officer, said the number has initially been set as a manageable size for easy monitoring of movement in the name of safety. This report from Maria Elena Katahan.
Mapalo explained the 200 tourists per day capacity is a minimal number as the city can accommodate more than 200 because of the open hotels and parks, but is easier to monitor. The tourism officer said the city is sticking to the small number despite complaints from the hotel industry, saying not all hotels may have guests with the minimal number set. Guests having relatives or friends in the city will not be allowed to stay in residential homes at the moment, and tourists will also be prohibited to visit the Baguio City public market, saying the area is one of the most crowded sites in the city. La Trinidad, Itogon, Sablan, Tuba, and Tublay areas will also be closed to any city visitors to respect the decision of the neighboring towns to seal their areas from tourism. Mapalo added, no areas in Benguet will be allowed to become pit stops for arriving tourists. Maria Elena Katahan, Sunstar Baguio.
Firm opposition has faced plans to prepare a parking structure in Burnham Park.
Councilor Mylene Yaranon has stated her opposition to any structure at the Burnham Park, saying the council approved and supports the House Bill of Mark Go, declaring it as a heritage park. Yaranon said the technical working group for the rehabilitation of Burnham Park prioritized the importance of Burnham Park as a heritage park. Last week, Mayor Benjamin Magalong requested concerned offices of the local government, particularly the City Environment and Parks Management Office and the City Administrator's Office, to work out the requirements that will pave the way for the construction of the long overdue multi-level parking structure within the park. Magalong said the city will be following the footsteps of Manila local governments that are now putting up their own multi-level parking structures operated by the concerned cities as income-generating endeavors.
We'll be back after a short break.
Here at Headcore, we create the space of novel and resilient light. Our story continues.
Patients in Baguio City needing dental treatment will have to deal with an increase in fee, as the industry has been subjected to the use of anti-COVID health equipment to thwart infections. This report from Jonathan Yanes.
Philippine Dental Association Baguio City Chapter President Dr. Obi Banta said, guidelines and protocols have been issued by the Philippine Dental Association, together with advisories and recommendations coming from local government units on the procedure for patients going to dental clinics. The dental practitioner explained expensive dental treatment fees is expected in clinics having to meet dental health standards and practicing, as they would have to spend for their personal protective equipment and dental-related materials. PDA Baguio's membership at present now has around 500, with active practitioners numbering to more than 300, who have all been advised to strictly follow guidelines and protocols, particularly for patients to undergo booking appointments and to get in touch with their dentists to know their availability. A dental practitioner today can only accommodate less than 6 patients a day due to the cost of personal protective equipment, which have to be changed per patient. Jonathan Llanes, Sunstar Baguio.
Isolation facility for coronavirus disease patients should be in place before Benguet Province's 13 towns open their doors to tourists. This report from Loren Alimondo.
Benguet Governor Melchor Diclas said this is an added preparation for the province that once it opens its tourism and there are COVID-19 confirmed cases, they will be able to accommodate them through the isolation facility. Diclas pointed out that the province is avoiding the local transmission of COVID-19, especially to those who are immunocompromised persons and those with weak immune system. The official added that all towns have their own isolation facilities, but they remain hopeful that all municipalities will be able to establish before the end of 2020. As of Friday, there are 194 total recoveries, 240 confirmed COVID cases, and 44 active cases in the province. Lauren Alamondo, Sunstar Baguio.
Operation of the molecular laboratory at Benguet General Hospital is eyed next month as it seeks to boost the COVID-19 testing capacity of the province. This report from Joven Peralta.
Officials from Benguet, Department of Health Cordillera, personnel from Benguet Gen, and legislative caretaker Eric Koyap spearheaded the unveiling of the molecular laboratory building, signage and marker, cutting of ribbon ceremony, and the blessing of the laboratory. The molecular laboratory in La Trinidad, Benguet was established through the initiative and personal funding of YAP, who disclosed machines and equipment needed for the laboratory is still undergoing procurement. The facility is aimed to help the province and the region to decongest the number of laboratory specimen that the Baguio General Hospital and Medical Center can be testing. BGHMC was declared as one of the sub-national testing laboratories for Luzon, catering to Cordillera, Ilocos, and Cagayan Valley. Dr. Meliarazon Dulay, Benguet Gen Acting Chief of Hospital, reiterated medical technologists started their training at the BGHMC in preparation for the opening of the laboratory. Joven Peralta, Sunstar Baguio.
And in sports, 56 professional boxers in the Cordillera region were able to receive relief courtesy of Thai philanthropist Naris Singwancha.
Course through the Philippine Boxing Promoters and Managers Association, the relief is long overdue as all boxers were unable to earn a living since the start of the community quarantine in March due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Boxing promoter Brico Santig of the Highland Boxing Promotion said the relief operations aim to help local fighters as most of them have not received any help from the national government. Santig is hopeful for another round of relief as they expect longer quarantine in some areas, citing he is also hoping the Games and Amusement Board or GAB to come in and look at the situation of professional boxers in the provinces whose livelihood were affected by COVID-19. Jake Nabuye, boxing promoter from Itogon, meanwhile thanked Singwancha's foundation for giving relief to boxers in the province, citing that some of his fighters are suffering stress due to the long layoff. While some boxers were reportedly given amelioration, Nabuye said almost all fighters from the Cordillera did not receive any monetary help, including relief from government. On April 1, GAB submitted to Department of Labor and Employment the list of professional boxers and trainers asking that they be included in the government's social amelioration program.
Congratulations to the winners of the second week of our Facebook contest. Join us again for the third week of our Facebook contest and get a chance to win exclusive Sunstar Baguio merchandise, a Sunstar Baguio mug, a Sunstar Baguio face mask, and more. For more updates, visit us at our website and our official social media accounts. Working from home in Baguio City, this is Conway Copas, reminding you to grab a copy of Sunstar Baguio, the only daily newspaper in Northern Luzon.